Hey everybody! Thanks for joining the live stream. I know it was impromptu, but I literally just got back from vacation at 2 a.m. this morning, and I felt the need to catch up on some Planet Zoo. So thank you for joining me. I'm really excited about that. How is everybody this fine Sunday morning? My time is my time is all over the place. It's been a long few days. It was fantastic. I went to Mexico for a week, which was really nice. It was nice to get away from all the snow. Although I left at like the worst time because apparently weather tried to play a fast one on us, and I came back to like practically no snow. But it was fantastic. I got the chance to visit like an aquarium, like a really small zoo that really focused more on like just like animals in like in that particular part of Mexico. So I was just it was a lot of really cool inspiration, and it is really encouraged me to try my hand at making a new type of zoo. So I'm really looking forward to that kind of like task. In the coming weeks. Who knows when it'll start on that one, but I definitely want to finish Ottawa Zoo before I kind of bite off a whole new zoo, and we're kind of getting close. Hey, I can't. I'm Petrovic. I'm not going to pronounce the first name because I'm afraid I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly, and that would just be really mean of me, so I apologize. I came back to quite a lot of news. Apparently, Planet Zoo is coming to console. I saw that, so I'm really sad I missed that stream. But a lot of good news and a lot of fantastic news, I think, which is for console players out there. I'm sure everybody's super excited to kind of see that finally coming around. So a good news story there for sure. How's everybody else's week been? Alfred Supersauce, thank you. I love your videos. I gotta say, I'm super excited that you're here as well, watching me play. You are definitely an idol for me when it comes to building Planet Zoo and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see you here. Thank you for joining. I'm really excited. Martini, what's up with you? And not a whole lot. Running, not on a lot of sleep. I can tell you that. They did not. Sadly, I've been there before. I went a few years ago, and I'm sad to say that they had this really cool jaguar habitat that they closed for improvement. So I was really looking forward to seeing a jaguar habitat, and sadly I was let down. Thankfully, no chupacabras though. I've committed to finally finishing a zoo. This will be my first official zoo, fully completed. So I've definitely committed to making that happen. But it definitely like draws you in for sure. You have like 10 names. I have one name. Coincidentally, it's a part of my YouTube handle as well. It is a middle name, but who's heard of? I'm sure everybody's heard of Key and Peele. My first name is Aaron, so you better believe I have gotten a lot of ribbing in regards to all of the all of those skits that came out. See, it always starts as a small and easy project. You're like, I'm gonna do this, and like I'm gonna bang out this project in no time, and then like out of nowhere, you spend the next 5 months building something. Whether or not this, so the intent, it's supposed to be a Dall Sheep Habitat, and I struggle with creating natural looking shelters, and I don't want to put a, I don't want to put like a, I don't want to put a building here for a shelter. I want it to be more natural looking. That is the intent. Whether or not it actually turns into be something natural looking, I think that's yet to be determined. Who else runs into issues like you know a piece exists? In this case, it's rock number 4. I love this rock, but I can never find it when I want it. But I use it so many times. kind of looks, it looks a little natural. As long as, as long as you don't look on the inside. Feel like that's just maybe too tall. Oh no. What happened there? Sorry about that, guys. My screen went blank, so I clicked on it to kind of waken it back up again, and I guess I accidentally clicked on stream ending soon. My apologies. It is definitely not ending soon. I'm not going anywhere. I'll gladly check out your herpetarium build. I like the idea that like Planet Zoo and the community as a whole is all about creating these really cool things and working as a community to challenge yourself to build better is what really makes me like excited about what Planet Zoo offers. Like for those who have been around since the very beginning, like let's be real here. My very first episode on Planet Zoo, which is like really I'm not on camera, but like you know, just imagine my fingers like really close together. It was not a very good it was not very good. But it was through like everybody's help and their feedback and everything like that that really helped us to improve. So I think I'm always open to looking at other people's videos, because that's just how you learn and become better. Because everybody, it doesn't matter if they're new or experienced at Planet Zoo, has amazing ideas that other people have never done before. And that's what I really like about it. It doesn't matter how tenured or how experienced you are at the game, people are going to have these amazing, really cool things about it. So just keep that in mind. So I'll gladly look at your video, no problem. But hopefully everybody can see my screen again. That was my mistake. So it doesn't look too bad for a Dall Sheep habitat. Okay, perfect. See, that's awesome, and I love to hear like those kind of stories about how people are encouraged to go and do their own thing and try it out. I'm happy to hear that like you just picked it up and you're already starting to see improvements and stuff like that. It's again, it's what I really love about this community and in general. Now that being said, I am looking to maybe play some different games as well on channel. I have City Skylines 2. It's definitely one of the games I want to kind of try out. I know there's not a whole lot of positive about it right now, but maybe that'll change over time. I kind of feel like it's kind of like Cyberpunk 2077, which I realize is like a hot topic. When that game launched, it was not great, and I'm a huge fan of CD Projekt Red, and the fact that it was a really rough launch. But look at where they are now. Like that's an amazing game now. So it just goes to show sometimes it just takes us some additional TLC to kind of get where you want it to be, and it's definitely worth it. Going to be a really large habitat for the Dall sheep. Welcome everybody who's just joined the stream. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out on a Sunday morning. Well, it's a Sunday morning for me. I know that may not be the case for everybody. It's hard to. I too have Prehistoric Kingdom, and I was kind of playing it out, and I love the fact that you can just like adjust all the sizes for a lot of props. I really wish Planet Zoo took a page from Prehistoric Kingdom for that. And I can definitely see a lot of like how Planet Zoo influenced that game at the same time, just like with the way their building pieces work and stuff like that. It's kind of like it's a weird mix, but I'm definitely interested in playing that one too for sure. Like, who doesn't love dinosaurs? Who never wanted to be an archaeologist when they were a kid? Yeah, I thought about doing paleontology. It's not my forte, sadly. Okay, it's slowly taking shape, you know. we're definitely getting there. Yeah, I feel like it's you have dreams as a child of like what you want to do in school or whatever, and then it never works out. Well, and usually that's a good thing. A lot of the times you kind of learn why it wasn't going to work out, and then it helps you to shape your next decision and stuff like that. So I can definitely appreciate the need to go and kind of just experience it. The downside, though, is like school is super expensive. Well, it's super expensive for in Canada anyway. I can't speak for everywhere else. I know the U.S. is also can be pretty expensive too. So I want to say I came up with this really cool way to make like rocky outcroppings, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to have thought of it in any way. So I'm not gonna. I want to take credit for it, but I also don't think I can. Which is just I've found that using the auto paint tool to figure out where all of your contour lines are, and then building like that's where you place your rocks. I find that has worked out significantly well for me in creating some like much more realistic looking mountains and stuff like that. coming together, that's for sure. It is the downside of working with like older professors and teachers and stuff like that, dealing with people who haven't necessarily grown with technology. But I think that's no different for like people my age. I know a lot of people who are not technologically savvy who are my age now, and it's just, I think it comes up with like their upbringing and stuff like that. The way I used to like to tell people was because like people would always say like, "Oh, you're really good at this," and I was like, "Yeah, for sure," but I'm like, "There's things that you're really good at that I'm not." So it's every generation has their thing that they're really good at with working with, and I think it's part of the experience is like trying to learn from that, and then pass on that knowledge and stuff like that. It's definitely a different way of thinking about it though, for sure. I agree. Email's the worst type of way you can correspond with anybody, though. You ever hate when you start building something it's not on the grid? And then you feel the need to just restart? It's like the worst feeling, and then you have to go back and fix it. The worst is when you get somewhere and you're like, yeah, I really like the way this looks, and then you find out that you weren't building on the grid, and you've gone through and like added it everywhere. Okay, so I saw this really cool guest barrier when I was in Mexico, and I just thought it looked fantastic. So we realized that like kids can never kind of like, a lot of smaller kids, they can't just see over the barrier. So what they did was they created these additional barriers that were like this, but what it came with was like a step stool for them to step up to look over the barrier, so they could actually see around. I thought it was such a really cool, ingenious way of allowing children to kind of like see into a habitat and stuff like that. They they are such a cool way of allowing. I never thought of doing something like that. And then, like, you just have so much more versatility with it too, because you can make them any size you want. Really, you can make them. You can make it so that like people could go and just like sit on them, which I think is like what I would. Honestly, it's probably what I would do with it. I would just sit there and look out. The one thing I have to say that I'm kind of like sad about when it comes to Planet Zoo is how much time you sink into it. And then like depending on like how much detail you put into it, how much time has passed by and how little you've built. I can't wait to see your souvenir shop whenever it does get finished, Alfred. I'm always excited to see other people's amazing builds, especially when it comes to souvenir shops. Because like, who would have thought that they would have come out with souvenir shops? But like, here's my like harebrained concept idea about this. So now that they've built gift shops, what's next in terms of additional shops that they could add to the game that would just give a little bit more freeform and versatility to the overall build? I am very curious to see what that looks like. I also realized that I need to find a way to get some staff into this area. It's definitely gonna happen right here. Or not. I see. I'm gonna be optimistic about this. I can't see them stopping to support this game anytime soon. I think Frontier knows how much like people love Planet Zoo. For them to stop supporting it would be a really bad financial decision. I think it's like not, like it has to be one of their more profitable enterprises. So like knowing that, I can't see them stopping support anytime soon. It just doesn't make sense to me. But of course, like that's my theory. Yeah, I think it's still way too up in the air right now in terms of like what exactly is going to happen from a quote unquote support perspective. There we go, like a more wide open little plaza for them. For sure. I think like we saw that with Planet Coaster too, like when console version came out. And I'm guessing like just based off what I read, I'm assuming the reason why they were so hesitant or so like resistant to setting that up really has to just do with the capabilities of the game on console versus not on console. Like I'm positive that like they had to rework the entire game just to get it to work correctly. which like we see that with like I think I read that they have like it's a, what is it called? What do they call it? Like an intensity meter in terms of like overall builds and stuff like that. It's a really cool concept to support them on console and stuff like that. I'm just excited for their Twitter posts to stop having people demanding the console release. That's all I'm really excited about. Is it not already birds and fish on every post? Come on. But you are right. It's just gonna flip. It's gonna flip it over to something else. Of course, you can't please everybody. It's the reality. All right, starting to come together. So I started working on this earlier this morning when I think when I kind of first like booted up my computer for the first time in a week and a bit, and I couldn't decide if it was going to be a habitat for a Dall sheep or a cougar, of all things. And I decided to go with the Dall sheep, more so because I have this whole new idea for cougar habitat. And the worst part about a cougar habitat is they don't really require a whole lot of space, but I have a feeling my cougar habitat's going to be a little bit on the larger side. Because like I want to keep in mind that like Ottawa Zoo is coming to an end. We're at the end of an era. We've built quite a bit in this zoo, and I think it's time for us to move on to newer and better things. I say better, but the reality is it's not going to be better. It's going to be different. But I wholeheartedly blame heading to Mexico, because like I have a bunch of photos of like their architecture and stuff like that, and I really want to kind of work that into a zoo of some type. I am curious to see what Frontier's going to announce next for Planet Zoo, though. Maybe it will be birds. Who knows? I can't see. There's been a lot of discussion like in the Discord about like whether or not Planet Zoo 2 would come anytime soon and launch something like that. But I don't know. I'm starting to kind of agree that like a Planet Zoo 2 just doesn't make sense because there's not enough content to kind of encourage that there needs to be a second one kind of going and stuff like that. So I guess we'll see what happens. Mexican Zoo project confirmed. 100% a Mexican Zoo project. Now the question is, do I do a city zoo or do I kind of do like more of a free-form zoo? We have the basis of a habitat, of a Dall Sheep habitat. Now the $1 million question is, how do I finish the barrier so they don't escape? Okay, hang on. Just so that we can kind of put this out of the way here. Yeah, I think I like city zoos because they're compact. So you have to build within the constraints of like a smaller zoo footprint. That's what attracts me from a city zoo perspective. But I agree in the sense that they are very plain looking. So like, do you do a more natural looking zoo, which is like what Ottawa Zoo is? So who knows? So I figure we'll have the keeper hut up in the corner, and then so we just got to kind of create more of a natural looking barrier over here. Now can I cheat? By doing something like this. I can't remember the last time I actually utilized the in-game barriers for anything. And here I am using it for a chain link fence. Oh yeah, it's plenty big for a whole herd of friggin' Dall sheep. call me crazy. I was gonna go for like a viewing station at the very top here, but maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go for something just like a natural rock barrier. Just that it's a placeholder for now. So then we'll have like our like main building for the habitat up here on the top. We're gonna have some windows so that the staff can view down. Be where our keeper hut goes. Maybe a rest station because I don't think we actually have one all the way up here. And then everybody can come down here, view in, and then what we'll do is behind here, because we have a big open space now. Behind here, we'll have to do something with some rather large habitat. Maybe like break it up with some foliage. It's going to be a huge habitat for the Dall sheep, though. What if we just do like a log barrier? It's kind of plain, but like, it works. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Recommendations and advice are always welcome. Maybe we'll do like one of these like larger fence pieces that we did in the reindeer habitat up here in the back. Yeah, that was my dog. My partner was cooking lunch, I think, so she came down here to get away from the oven. She's not a fan of frying pans. But then I think she finished cooking, so I think she went back up the stairs to kind of beg for some food. I'm a sucker for my dog. She'll get whatever she wants from me. My wife, on the other hand, not so much. She's much more strong. She's much stronger willed than I am when it comes to that type of stuff. Yeah, I want to play around with it. I'm gonna mess around with like the log pieces a little bit, I think, and create something a little bit nicer looking. But I like the fact that it's a solid barrier in the back. And then if there's one thing I despise in this game, it is very much the terrain, and like when it comes to pathing. So in order to hide all that really rough looking pathing, we'll just create like a second curb almost. I do like the idea of using the hot wire as well. I agree. Definitely something that will run along the top, just like right here. My first attempt at creating hot wire did not look very good, so that's gonna be it's gonna be a future problem. But it hides the terraforming garbage that happened there. Kind of pokes around a little bit, I guess, but it's better than what it was. And then I want to find why this piece is listed as a construction piece and not like not some type of nature piece. Blows my mind every single time. Okay, so let's try to figure out this log wall. So let's just do like a sample piece. Because the good news is, like, we can put trees in front of it and stuff like that. So that it'll cover the majority of it, but it still looks god-awful. Because we could do something like this, or... play around with it a little bit. No. I thought that might look a little cool, but it did not. So alternatively, we could do something like this. Okay, that doesn't look too bad, but I think we're moving in the right direction. So we could go something like this. It's a little bit more visually pleasing than just something like this. Okay, that's a lot better. Maybe we'll go with something like that. Are we back to 720p? Oh, man. I'll have to check the settings again. Thanks, sorry. Oh. Not a fan lately of Streamlabs. I feel like every time something breaks, it is definitely going to be my fault. Let's be real here. It just sucks that like you have to like constantly double check that your bitrate's set up correctly and stuff like that. That's annoying. I wonder. I'm more just, I think at this point, just playing around with foliage. I want to see what it would look like before I kind of commit to a palette that I'm going to go with. I'm like 30% confident. I do have to throw them in there to see what's going to happen, which I'm going to do on I'm going to do that on sandbox mode after I finish streaming, which I think I'm going to wrap up shortly, because I have the need to play Warhammer right now for some reason. But I am gonna hope that they're not gonna climb up over those barriers. It is a little bit of a dip for them, so worst case scenario, I'll have to get rid of the second stage, which I did that kind of just to hide some of the terraforming issues that tend to crop up. Now, from a palette perspective, though, I'm actually really happy with how this looks. Okay, you know what? Let's see if we did this. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down as a placeholder for now. All right, let's just see if this worked. Let's see what happens. It is true. I've actually never built a habitat for the Dall sheep. This will be the first time I've ever built something for the Dall sheep. So I'm curious. I'm also curious to see whether or not they're going to count this as hard shelter. So I guess we will see what happens as soon as one of our employees shows up with the Dall sheep. There we go. Okay. Technically, there's no breaks. And hopefully, it says they can get all the way up here. And they're happy with the hard shelter. Just gonna stand there. I'm more worried about them getting up here, to be honest, and then jumping over what barriers we do have set up. So they're happy with that, though. Technically they're happy. I'll take that as a win. Okay. Oh, we have more viewers. I was going to end the stream here if that's cool with everybody. Only because we've been playing for about an hour and a half. Oh, hey, Anita. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to do more live streams. Sunday's becoming like a live stream day for me. Where I can kind of like play around and build stuff. Yeah. So hopefully you'll see more streams on Sunday. And then maybe throughout the week in the evening or late at night, you might see some streams on other games and stuff like that. But thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. I'm so sorry that I was going to actually end the stream shortly. I'll play a little bit longer because I'm playing around with this foliage palette. I actually like the way it looks. So maybe we'll do some foliage for a little bit longer. So you can join in and you can ask any questions or provide feedback live because that's the important thing. It's how we improve. As Story was just challenging me on making sure that our Dall sheep couldn't escape because that is definitely a concern. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you were able to catch a little bit of it for sure. It's streaming is a new thing for me. It's a new concept because I have to think of things to speak about and talk about live, which is not my forte. I say that, but I work in a marketing job, which requires me to talk to people on a regular basis. I think maybe I'm just unsure of myself. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, actually, you know what? I am quite happy with how this worked out. I was really nervous with the rock formations. For those who haven't seen it, a tutorial. I did a tutorial yesterday for how to do like realistic, quote unquote, realistic mountains, and I'm kind of trying to use the same method here. And I gotta say, it definitely looks a lot better than maybe like my first attempt at mountains. Which, if you want to see what my first attempt of a mountain looked like, it's all the way over here. And it doesn't look half bad. I think it looks okay, but it's definitely rough around the edges. And then this is the end product. So it's definitely improved quite a bit in terms of just like capabilities and stuff like that. It does look a lot more natural looking for sure. And I think once we add foliage in with it, it's going to look even better. Get some bushes and stuff like that kind of growing out of it. I think it'll kind of come together. So yeah, thank you very much for everybody joining. I really appreciate it. Alfred, I am so happy that you joined my stream. I love your videos. I'm a huge fan of yours. So just seeing you join my stream and hanging out with me for this long has been a dream come true for me. So thank you very much for joining. Sorry, I can't wait. I've yet to look at it, but I can't wait to see your submission for our build challenge. So that episode, hopefully, because everybody should get it submitted today, we'll see that kind of come out throughout the week because I have an extra few days off before I have to go back to work. So hopefully we'll see quite a few different videos for Planet Zoo come out this week. So, and that's definitely going to be one of them. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll let you know so that you can post your stuff at the same time. For everybody who is here, who maybe is not part of our Discord, think about joining. It's a really cool community where we just have fun talking about Planet Zoo, things like that, and it's a fun place to hang out. And we do challenges every month where you have to build within a constraint. I don't come up with all of the ideas. It's definitely a group effort, so it's not just me coming up with them, but you build for a challenge, and it just encourages you to stretch your guilds or skills or build something a little different. Alfred, we were talking about we're talking about like the need to always move on to something new before you finish it. So this just kind of helps a lot of people with it. So so anybody who is interested in joining our Discord, you are always welcome to do so. Always looking forward to having some new people join us. And to help out from that perspective, hang on 2 seconds. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to get this. Just sorry guys, I'm trying to find my invite code. I have it somewhere. You'd think I would know how to do my own. Here we go. There, if anybody wants to join, that is our Discord code. Probably helps if I do the full link. There we go. So if you're interested in joining our Discord, feel free to pop on over. No commitment though, no requirement to do so. More so just a place to kind of hang out and stuff like that. So again, thank you very much for everybody who has watched. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to playing some more with you guys in the future. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. I don't know. I have like 7 different invite codes popping around right now. So, but yeah. So thank you very much for hanging out, guys. I wish you all a fantastic rest of your weekend. For those who still have some time left in their day, go out and enjoy it. Otherwise, I just want to say again, thank you so much. But as always, ciao for now, everybody.